They had made their clothes ready, and everything was set ready. But now, the guy who was getting married to me, he wasn't a good person. Because
okay, unajua ukisema hakuwa good person, watu wanauliza good person aje. Yeah. Na mbona huku nini mapema kabla ifika hata kwa wedding?
There is some characters that I noted when it was almost to the wedding. And for me, I was not ready to cope with it. Okay. Because it was too early for me. It could have been worse if I got into that marriage. So the thing is, I will just explain. The thing is,
yes.
And we cancelled the wedding.
Yeah.
It was 1 month too. We had already brought some contributions. People had already given money. And we called the guy. The guy was not ready to let me go. Okay. He was not willing to say no. He was ready to get married to me because after that he tried even to commit suicide, to kill himself. But by the grace of God he survived, and I'm the one that sent the money for him to be taken to hospital for when he committed suicide.
Now the idea of cancelling the wedding, who came up with the idea?
It is me. When God spoke to me in the mountain.
What about the family members, the committee?
This time, the family members did not know anything. Okay. But now my pastor told me, Cecilia, don't explain this to anyone because they won't understand you. So let me play the part. Yeah. So pastor called my family and he's the one that explained to them about everything.
Ukiwa kwa ocean na other people, ukiwa kwa meeting, yes. Na those spirits kwa ocean. Hapo sasa ndio kulikuwa unapatana na spiritual husbands ama kulikuwa kunaendaje?
Spiritual husbands in the house. I could sometimes when I was alone in the house, I could feel like, I don't know, this kind of like you are in love with somebody, but that somebody is not into existence, and it is a demon. It is something strange. I also don't know how to explain this.
Explain. We want
and
to.
Also, I could sometimes stay. I'm in the house alone. I stand naked. And I could feel, I could wait, like someone that was having an intercourse. I could come, like someone was having an intercourse with somebody, but I was just alone in the house.
Morning, good afternoon, good evening. I greet you according to a time wherever you are. Receive my greetings. As usual, my name is KJ Mtoto wa Mungu, aka Luckman. First, I want to say thank you. Thank you for your like, your comment. Thank you for always coming back and watch my videos. I know and I believe that every video still upload here, you watch and you learn from it. And today, I have another testimony. A great testimony from Cecily. She's my friend or our friend. Tulikuwa tunaenda naye one church. Na bado ni friend yetu. Maana bado tunafanya maombi pamoja. Akona story ambayo najua after watching this one, wow, you are going to learn so many things. Na inaenda kukuhelp. Because her story or her testimony ni about vile alipoteza job, kila mtu akamhepa, tena kidogo akakuwa kama mad person. Evil spirits zilikuwa zinamcheza ama zinamkimbiza hapa pale. Na pia vile alikuwa na spiritual husbands kutoka huko oceans. Nimekuambia tu hivyo ndio utulie, ndio wewe mwenyewe ukaweza kusikia story, maana this story is very interesting, shocking, at the same time it's a testimony to her. So without wasting so much time, I welcome you all. Welcome this KJ Mtoto wa Mungu TV. Karibu sana. As I introduce my guest to you. Karibu. Mambo?
Poa sana.
Ukoje?
Niko okay.
Una smile?
Yeah.
Uko poa?
Yes.
Naona uko poa. Naona uko fit. Introduce kwa majina.
Kwa majina naitwa Cecilia Kabiria Kubai. Yes, I'm from Meru County. Yeah, I reside in Mombasa. Okay. That is where we reside in Mombasa as a family. But I work in Europe in the cruise ship. Yes.
Europe ikoje?
Europe iko poa.
Life ya huko.
Life is so much interesting. Yes.
Najua huko sasa najua ni wazungu na deal na wao.
Yeah.
Wazungu wanakupeleka aje?
They are so nice. They are so good. They are so good to get along with them.
Okay.
And I really thank God to be there.
Niliona ukifanya huduma ya preaching, ukiwa preach about Jesus.
Yes.
Ukiambia Jesus is coming very soon.
Yes.
But unajua nao wazungu wengi wao waaminigi kama kuna Jesus.
Yes.
Wewe preach gospel of Jesus Christ to white people, challenges ni kama gani una go through?
There are some who are believing in Christ Jesus and some do not believe, because I have met them. Some are worshipping idols, some are worshipping moons, and I have met several of them. And now it is upon us to make them know our true God.
Yeah.
They have to know the true God, the creator of the heavens, the creator of the earth, and the creator of the sea.
Yeah.
So it is our initiative. If you are born again, you go and evangelize to them. Yes, I'm a soul winner, I'm an evangelist,
yes,
and I'm also a missionary.
Okay.
Yes.
Hebu nikuulize hii swali. Tunajuanga wazungu ni watu ambao wanapenda black beauty. Watakangi watu weupe sana, watu rangi yako, watu saizi yako ndio wanapenda sana. Yes. Wewe hujapata mmoja mwenye labda ulipreachia ukasema sasa juu umenipreachia kuja nipreachiange kwa nyumba?
There are. Yeah, that is very true.
Yeah.
There are, but there is exactly what I really want. Yeah, I can't just say because someone is a white person that I really want a white person and I just go along with it. I have to set my standards and I really know what I really want in life.
Yeah.
So I can't just accept anyone. Yes.
Wow. Now, tulikuwa nataka tu upate hiyo. Now sasa nataka utupe story yako Cecily.
Yes.
Maana tunajua your story inaenda kutouch so many people out there.
Yes.
To you is a story and also a testimony, yes. But now your testimony unaishare at least kupea hope watu ambao wako pale nje. So can you give us your testimony now?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for welcoming me into your station.
Welcome.
I really thank God for this opportunity. I don't take it for granted.
Yeah.
So yes, as I have said, I will give short of my story and my experiences in the cruise ship and also my experiences before I went to the cruise ship here in Kenya. So in the year 2016, I lost my job in the Uchumi supermarket. I was working in the Uchumi supermarket. And when Uchumi supermarket closed down, I started a small business for selling smoky.
Yes.
Eggs, boiled eggs, and kebab, and samosas, and chips, and viazi karai, here in Embakasi, Tel Aviv, near Taj Mall. And it was so challenging. The business was so challenging. I was not getting as much money that I was getting in Uchumi supermarket, and life really became very difficult. I started to experience battles and all that, people fighting me, fighting my business, because there were some people who were near me. Yeah. They were doing also businesses there, and I really suffered so much here in Nairobi after I lost my job. And so now I remember there is a time I said, now it was Christmas, it was going to 2017. I said the new year of 2017, I want to be in Mombasa because my family resides in Mombasa, Mtwapa. And I decided that I'm going to take a leave. I'm just going to take an holiday. And I remember I went to Kongoya and I bought a lot of clothes. Yeah. Every day I said that every day I must have a clothes that I have to buy for it, and shoes, and I packed and I was ready to go to Mombasa. I booked a bus to Mombasa. And I remember the night I was going to Mombasa, because I was traveling overnight. I took a bus, and when I got into the bus, there is this woman. The age of my mom, she came, she sat near me, we started chatting, talking, and she was so kind, the way from the look of things, she was so kind, so nice, friendly, and we became friends in the bus. And now when we reached Motito Wadai, she alighted, and she went outside and she bought some biscuits. And she came with the biscuits, and the time she came with the biscuits, she sat near me, and she started eating, and she told me, girl, my little girl, why can't you have a piece? So this time, in my mind, I was not remembering that you should not accept anything from a stranger. I didn't know, because I'm from Mombasa, and Mombasa about dragging people, it is not really common. But now she gave me a piece, I ate. And the next thing, I didn't remember myself, I didn't recognize myself. She gave me overdose of drugs. She drugged me, and I became unconscious. And now I had only informed my brother in Mombasa. I called Robert, my brother in Mombasa, that I was coming to Mombasa. And now this woman, she stole all the money that I had. She took all the clothes, my bag, and my ATM and my ID.
The one that you are going to sell?
Yeah, the one I was not going to sell. They were mine, my personal clothes.
Okay.
And she took everything, my phone, my monies, and everything. And she left me only with the lasso that I was covering myself with. And I was there sleeping. Now we reached to Mombasa. Now the driver and the turn boy, they are trying to tell me, girl, we are already in Mombasa. Come and get out.
Yeah.
That time I was like a dead person.
Half dead.
And they tried to give me some milk so that at least I could regain some conscience. So what I was told is that they gave me some milk and they asked me, do you know any number offered? And I told yes. I told them yes. And I gave them my brother's number.
Yeah.
And they called my brother. They told, do you have a visitor who is coming to visit you? My brother said yes. My sister is coming from Nairobi. And they told her she's here. She's here at our bus, but she's unconscious. She has been dragged. And my brother, they came to take me to hospital. And that time, their hospitals were not, zilikuwa zimegoma hospitali.
Because of corona or what?
No, not corona by that time. Corona was not there. That was the year 2017.
Oh, 17, yeah.
So my brother took me to a private hospital in Mtwapa, and I lied there for 2 days. I was unconscious. When they left me sleeping, they could meet me. If the hand was like this, they could still fight me like I'm like this. And they were now crying. They were saying now Cecilia is maybe dead. Maybe she's not going to recover. Only my heart that was beating. And that time I could not recognize myself at all. But by the grace of God, I got from the medications I was given, the injections, I recovered and I woke up. But when I woke up, I was
after how many days?
After 2 days.
What?
Yes, after
2 full days.
2 days.
Wow.
That is when I came back.
That is 24 hours.
Yes. Then that is one part of my challenge that I went through. I tried to recover my phone and my everything, but I could not recover anything. So it was a total mess because I have lost my job in Uchumi. I have lost also the other business. I have lost everything, my monies that I had looked for. I don't have anything now. It was so stressful. But I really thank God because of the grace of God, I'm still standing. Now, another challenge that I have gone through, it's in the year 2019. I was supposed to do a wedding, but the wedding was cancelled 1 month too. And we had made the arrangements. There was the committee for the wedding, and the bridesmaids, they had made their clothes ready, and everything was set ready. But now, the guy who was getting married to me, he wasn't a good person. Because...
Okay, unajua ukisema hakuwa good person, watu wanauliza good person aje. Na mbona huku nini mapema kabla ifika hata kwa wedding?
There is some characters that I noted when it was almost to the wedding. And for me, I was not ready to cope with it because it was too early for me. It could have been worse if I got into that marriage. So the thing is, I will just explain. The thing is, I was the one that was carrying the burden of this relationship. For example, like he didn't have a job. He lost his job, and I owned businesses in Mtwapa for selling second-hand clothes. And I told him, because you don't have a job, because of love, I really loved this guy with all my heart, and I was ready to settle for marriage. And I told him, come, we do the businesses, the business we do for you together. But now the guy was like, he is ready to do the business when it is established, but he was not ready to pay the price for it. For example, I go to Kongwea. We go to the Kongwea together. He is not willing to wake up at 3 o'clock. 3 a.m. in the morning. I normally used to wake up to go for morning glory. After morning glory, I go to Kongwea to buy clothes. But now when I tell him to go and do the same, he is not willing. So the burden
But he wants money.
He wants money.
Yeah.
He wants just to go where the building is established and stay there and wait for customers there. But going to get the clothes, he is not ready. So I was the one that was taking the burden. And it was so hectic for me. You go for morning glory at 3 a.m. To pray. Then you go to the market again.
To buy clothes?
To buy clothes.
Yes.
Like sweatpants. You have to wait for sweatpants. Sometimes they are not finished. You have to go to the tailors to make them look nice and decorate them and make all those things. And now it was hectic because I could wait from 3, I could wait after morning glory, 5, at 6 o'clock. I go to the market, I buy, and then after I buy, I take them to Fundi, then to the tailor, and then after there, I could go back again to sell, to take him to Mtwapa. And I meet the guys just sitting there.
Waiting.
For him, it's just to sell. And now I remember there is another... I established another kibanda. These were vibandas. They were not in a building. They were just vibandas. I established another kibanda. And then that was a new one. It was like a branch I opened. And I told him, please, kindly, maybe you can now come and start this other kibanda. For me, when I come from the market, I stay here in this other kibanda that we have already established. And you go the other one so that we cannot stay in one position, all of us. So... When I told him like that, he was not willing. He was only willing to go to the kibanda that has been established. The kibanda that has customers already. He is not ready to have a new beginning. And now and he refused. And now it was hectic for me. I go from the market. I come to the new one. I bring the staff. I come again. I carry another staff to another new kibanda to go and open.
Wow.
Also, I started to go around the markets. To go around the market, we have the market at Kilifi. We have another market at Kampala. Another market at Sharian. And I used to go to buy clothes, and I go there again. And I carry the clothes. I go to sell them to those markets when they open, during the days that they open. And it was so hectic for me, and I was saying, this is really a burden. But I was sacrificing. I was ready for marriage because of the pressure that I was receiving from the family. Cecilia, you are getting old. You don't have a kid.
Get married.
And now, according to how people were pressuring me, and now they were excited, they want the wedding, they are really waiting for the wedding.
So hata wakutaka kujua kama...
They didn't know, even they didn't want to know what I'm going through, and I was ready to settle for the marriage. But now I remember one time, during our...
But before upange marriage, how did you meet this guy?
We were doing mission. He's a born-again Christian. We were doing missions in Nairobi at a place called Rongai. And that is where we met as a team. And he fell in love with me, and he told me that he's interested to know me more. And because for me, I thought just being born again is everything.
But you falling in love with him, ilikuwa true love ama ilikuwa because of peer pressure or pressure you are getting from family members, friends?
Mine was pressure. Pressure because everyone is telling me you are getting old, you don't have a kid, you get to menopause without a kid. Now I was ready to...
So paka mwenye ukaingwa na uoga. Kasema liwe liwalo.
Let me get married.
Okay, tuendelee.
So okay, now when we do weddings in our church, JCC, I come from JCC Mbamburi. Pastor Wilfred Lai is my spiritual father. And we were doing our counselings. And I remember one day that we were doing our counselings. One thing that I have omitted is that when the burden that I was taking care of his mom. I was the one that was taking care of the guy. I am the one that was buying clothes for him, for wearing the shoes and everything. And also the family food, it's me who was taking care of them. You
are doing all this na mjawana bado?
Yes, sure.
My God.
So, I told like the time that we were going for first time to see my parents, as a Marian, if you're from Meru County, you go with the mirror to see for the lady. You go with the mirror. So I remember I took 20,000 from my pocket and I gave the guy to go and pretend that it is his money. But initially I told him, I'm giving you this money so that I was covering him. I didn't want people to know, for him to get to shame. So I gave him the money, and we went to Meru, and he gave the parents, and the parents thought that it's the guy who gave the money.
They were happy.
They were happy,
Yes.
and they ate the money, and the uncles were happy. Now it reached a time now we were doing the counseling sections, and one day I felt like Pastor was teaching us about how wives should submit to their husband.
Yes.
And I was really learning. And also now it came apart that he was saying that a man is the visionary leader. He's supposed to be the visionary bearer.
True.
And now he was telling us the wife is supposed to help the man achieve the vision. And therefore when I heard these things from my pastor, one of my pastor in JCC, Pastor Gashara, I felt like I'm in the wrong place and things have not been running well. When I look at the vision that my boyfriend has, I don't really see it. I'm the one that is struggling even to make ends meet. And I asked Pastor one question, but this question I was asking out of a clean heart. I did not ask this question to embarrass him or to do anything bad to him. I was just asking so that he can learn and change. But I think he wasn't ready for change. And I asked Pastor, when I go to salons, we meet ladies, they are talking, and they are talking sometimes about their husbands, about my husband has no vision, my husband, I'm the one that is taking care of everything, I'm the one that is the breadwinner of the family. Now I asked Pastor, as I'm a born-again Christian, how can I advise these kind of ladies when they raise such issues and they are there, they don't have a solution? How can I help them? And Pastor turned to my boyfriend, and he called him by name, and he asked him, so and so, it is very wrong for a man to have no vision. As a man, you're supposed to have a vision, because where there is no vision, people perish.
True.
So the guy, I could tell the eyes of the guy turned into red, and I knew here there is danger. And when he was asked, he was advised, and he was asked, do you have a question for Cecilia? He said, no, I don't have a question. When we got into the stairs that backstand our other church, we could not even arrive at the gate. He threw the wallet that he earned for the money for the business. He threw them on the floor for me. And he told me, Mjinga wewe, you are shaming me before the pastor to make yourself look holy. What are you doing? And he started insulting me. He insulted me. I cried. I cried. Because I loved him, and I was saying this out of a clean heart to help him. I was not having any negative thing against him. And he went another route, and I also went another route because I was crying. And I was alone that time. I didn't have anyone. And I cried. And in my phone, he was sending messages one after another, and I couldn't read it. Very nasty messages. Messages very heartbreaking. And I was crying. I was crying. So what I did, I called one of his friends. One of his friends. And this friend, he told me, Cecilia, this is not the right man for you. If he is insulting you like this, he is like he wants to beat you like this. Now, Bando, you are not even married. It is better a broken relationship than a broken marriage. Oh my God, I could not want to hear such words, because I was in love. That time I was in love already. I told him, no, please don't tell me like that. The wedding is just in a month's time. But he told me, but now you can't get married to such a person who is like that to you, and you are not yet married. and I could cry. I cried. But he encouraged me. I got into Matatu and went to Mtwapa.
Yeah.
So in Mtwapa, there was a lady that I was living with. She was a friend who was making, she was a tailor. She's the one that was making dresses for the bridesmaids.
Yeah.
And I went and I explained everything to me. And also to her, she was also advising me and telling me, Cecilia, this is not the right person for you, please. You should escape from this kind of relationship.
Yeah.
I was not ready to listen to the girl. Why? I was in love. I really wanted to get married. And now, it became so tough for me. I could not sleep at night. When I slept at night, I could wake up and tell her, Glenn, wake up, please, come and read the Bible for me. Please pray for me. And she used to pray for me. And in my stomach, I was feeling like I already have ulcers. So Eglin prayed for me, and she called one of our friend pastors who came to my house.
Yeah.
And she told me, please talk to my pastor. I didn't want my pastors to know. I didn't want my anyone from my family to understand what is going on.
Yeah.
So she called that pastor, and this pastor came and talked to me. I explained everything to him about how I'm the one that is carrying the burden. The committees, it's only my friends that are attending. The guy has no friends.
The guy was just there.
He was just there, but I think it is something that he's really fighting within his family.
Okay.
I really have anything bad against him, and I'm really praying that God will bless him wherever he is, and that God will really fight for him to be the way God has really created him for him.
Yeah.
So this pastor talked with me, talked, and he told me, Cecilia, there is no marriage. And I told him, no, pastor, you can't tell me like that. I'm ready for marriage.
Yeah.
I really want to get married.
And we are planning for a wedding.
And people, my parents are excited about the wedding. Cecilia has been waiting. Now it is a time that has come for her to get married.
Yeah.
So I did not listen to this pastor.
Yeah.
And he told my friend secretly, here there is no wedding. This is not the right man for this girl. But they did not tell me. So my friend Eklin did not give up. She went on. She called a pastor friend in Nigeria. He's called Pastor Efosa Osage, all the way from Nigeria. I really thank this man of God.
We salute him.
Salute you, sir. So this pastor, he gave him my number. He called me. He told me, Cecilia, tell me what is happening. And I explained the same story to him. And he told me, my daughter, this is not the right person for you. You should just understand the will of God. You cannot be a God in somebody's life. If you really want to help him, that you're not the one that is supposed to help him. It is God for him to help him. Because for me, I thought I will change the guy. I was ready to change the guy. But I didn't know that I don't have the capability to change any man. It is only God that can change a person.
Yes.
So every time this pastor could call me, I was ready to hear him tell me, it is okay, you can proceed with the wedding. But every time I could receive his call, he could tell me, Cecilia, you think I'm going to tell you it is okay? No, I'm going to tell you it is not okay until it is okay. It is not well. It is not well. That is not your marriage. I could not listen to him, but now what he did, he gave me a solution. He told me, my daughter, I went through the same also when I was getting married, but God sent me to the mountain to pray. And when I got to the mountain, I got an answer. So he told me, I want to send you to the mountain for 3 days. You go and pray, fast and pray. Switch off your phone. Don't listen to any calls. Don't wait. Don't speak to anyone. Don't tell anyone where you've gone. So I left. I took my clothes and I left to the mountain. This is called Gorilla in Mombasa.
Okay.
In Mombasa, Mamangina.
Okay.
So I went to that place and I prayed. I prayed. The first day I prayed, I could sing new songs in the spirit. I could get into realms in the spirit of God, and the spirit of the Lord could come heavily on me as I was praying. And now, there is this second now day, I'm singing, lifting up my hands, I'm singing, I feel like I'm moving into realms and realms in the spirit. And there is another woman who was there, a servant of God, and she called me, after I finished praying, she called me, she told me, little girl, can I speak to you? And I told her, yes, you can speak to me, madam. And she told me, I have something, God has dropped something in my heart about you. And there is something that you are holding so tight. You don't want to let that thing to go. But God is saying that you let that thing and let God. Because that thing to you, it is so precious to you. You don't want to.
Okay.
Because I was not ready to let go of that guy, because I was really in love. I was pitying him. I was sympathizing with him. And that is now how I came from the mountain. I went now to my pastor, Center Pastor Kashara. I explained to my pastor about the issue, about how the guy is insulting me, about what he did after the counseling sections. And I told him about how God spoke, and I should not get married to him.
Yes.
And now my pastor advised me and on what to do, and we followed the process.
Yes.
And we cancelled the wedding.
Yeah.
It was 1 month too. We had already brought some contributions. People had already given money, and we called the guy. The guy was not ready to let me go. He was not willing to say no. He was ready to get married to me, because after that he tried even to commit suicide, to kill himself. But by the grace of God, he survived. And I'm the one that sent the money for him to be taken to hospital for when he committed suicide.
Now, the idea of cancelling the wedding, who came up with the idea?
It is me. When God spoke to me in the mountain.
What about the family members, the committee?
This time, the family members did not know anything.
Okay.
But now my pastor told me, Cecilia, don't explain this to anyone, because they won't understand you. So let me play the part. So pastor called my family, and he's the one that explained to them about everything, about the cancellation.
Na ile siku sasa ulikuwa unamwambia hautaolewa naye tena kabla aenda hata kujiua ama commit suicide.
Yes.
Ulimwambia aje? Ulimpigia simu ama ulimuita kwa meeting pahali kwa hoteli mkakaa mkaongea, ama ulifanya aje?
Pastor advised us to go to an hotel and talk together and resolve our issues. But for me, I had made up my mind. I wasn't going to get married. So I explained to him, I love you, but according to how things are, I'm not getting married to you. Yes, that is what I did.
Wow, tuendelee.
So that was it. After the marriage, after the wedding was cancelled, we did not do the wedding. I cancelled. I'm the one that cancelled the wedding. People doesn't know this, but I'm the one that cancelled the wedding when God spoke and said that I shouldn't. I should obey, and I obeyed the voice of God. So it wasn't easy cancelling the wedding.
What about the money that you got through Nini?
Some people asked for reimbursement, and some others even said it is okay, they don't need the money. Yes.
So you used the money?
Yes.
Okay. Tuendelee.
So after the wedding, it wasn't easy. Some people really rejected me because of that. It was so shameful after that. Everyone knew that you are getting married.
Yes.
And you are ready for marriage. You hear people gossiping about you. You hear some people say that Cecilia was married to that guy. They were sleeping in the same house, which are all lies. And it was so painful for me. And I really went through a tough time. Like I saw even brethren from church try to reject me. Everybody looking at you with questions. And saying all nasty things. And it was really tough, but I thank God, because I went through that process and I was healed. I got healed because I was really in prayers, and I also prayed so much in it, and I knew this is something that God has already spoken, and I don't care about what people are saying, because God has already spoken. I'm going to stand with God, and I'm going to obey the voice of God. Yes.
Depression ulihandle aje saidia kwako? Kwa sababu huwezi stop to wedding na ubaki uko sawa.
I can tell you for sure that time I didn't get depression that level. I didn't get depression. I was okay and very strong. Yes.
Tuendelee.
Okay, another challenge that I went through is the year 2019, 2020 during Corona. I was working at market Mbuziwengi. This is where I established my business. I was selling grocery when there was lockdown for Corona. Now this market became the center for for people selling their goods because there was no going to Mtwapa, to Mombasa market, to Kongwea. And now I became a very big supplier in Mtwapa. And my business was doing so good. I could sell very much, a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like I remember there is a day I sold 17,000. That is maximum money and cents in my life in a day.
Yeah.
And my business was doing well, but as I was doing well, some things started to happen. It started going down. The way challenges of businesses. It started going down when I bring some products, some stock. They get rotten. I'm looking them out there and getting stressed. I started to face battles, right center. Every people fighting me, trying to take my kibanda that I was using, and I got exchanged from the place that I was selling, and I was taken to another place. And when I was taken to another place, now it became so stressful. Customers were not coming to me anymore. I could see my customers go and buy to other people, and they could not come to where I was. And I became so much depressed, and I started to fight battles, and I felt like God has really forgotten me. And I felt like God is a liar. And it's like God is not hearing my prayers that has been praying. Because I believed this was the season for me to get rich, because I was getting a lot of money. But now the opposite was happening. And I concentrated so much on whatever that is happening. And out of that, I got into depression. And I remember I used to wake up for morning glory at 3 a.m. And I used to, after I come from morning glory, I could go around the market, and I could declare and tell God, I'm taking the economic control of this market. And I was telling God, I'm destroying the altars of this market. And I remember there is a day I was selling a crate of 4 crates of bananas. And one day, that was one of the items that I was selling. One day I went to open the crate of bananas, and I met with a very big snake. I was almost it was almost biting me. And the snake came up, and I saw it, and I started to scream. And some people came and killed the snake. And I had so many enemies there. Because I could see people come and sell where I am selling. They are putting my things in my kibanda, and it is mine.
Who brought the snake?
The snake was there. I don't know where it came from. It was inside the crate of bananas.
Your crate of bananas?
The crate of bananas, yes, that I was selling.
Do you feel like somebody sent the snake to you?
Those are demonic. That is the work of darkness. I really don't know where it came from. I can't say, but I ain't many. I believe there are powers of darkness, and they fight Christians, and I believe that is one way I was being fought with. So I continued in the market, and my business started to collapse, and I fell into depression. And I told God, I'm now tired. I've been praying, I've been waiting upon you, but now this one, it has become so much.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough, because I was also having another kibanda in another place, and it was also taken by some people, and it was mine. And now I feel like God is leaving me battles alone. I'm fighting alone. No one is helping me. No one is listening me in the family. People have rejected me in the family. They don't listen to me even when I go with my issues. Because I remember one day I went to share with one of my brother, and I told him about the kibanda that was taken from me. And I really wanted my brother to help me, but my brother was not up to me. He was not standing up for me, because he's a busy person, and he could not get time to listen to me. And I felt like I'm being rejected. And I felt like now God has also rejected me. And I remember when I said that, God, I'm tired. And God, I'm not praying anymore. I gave the devil a chance. That is now became the beginning of my torture, the beginning of my demonic encounter for 3 years and a half.
Tell us.
Yes. Now, this time I was so much stressed and in depression. I could get into my house so much in thoughts, battles, concentrating on what is happening. And I could lie on the floor. I could not cook, I could not eat. And when I was now in the house, I started having demonic attacks. I could feel like attacks and panic in my house. And I did not understand. When I try to pray, I don't get peace, and my peace, I totally lost peace. I want to tell you that you can really lose peace completely and feel like you are not at peace.
True.
I have never experienced this thing, and it is so strange that I've never experienced, and I don't know how to explain this to people to understand that you can lose peace. You should appreciate that you have peace.
True.
And I lost peace. When I was praying, I was feeling like I was burning day and night. Day and night I was burning. I was feeling a sensation of burning. When I walk in the house, there is no peace. It's like that demons were torturing me. And I remember day and night, I could experience these tortures. And I could tell people, please pray for me, please pray for me. And my family, my brothers, they really struggled a lot, taking me to hospital, telling me it is because you are depressed, it is depression. And they took me to hospital, but I could tell them this is not a matter of hospital. Take me to prayers. People to come and pray for me, take me to pastors. And they took me to pastors. Nothing was happening. I was not getting well. And I remember one day I was in my house and I was in bed sleeping. And I started to hear voices, and these voices were telling me now the highest demon is attacking me. And actually that demon attacked me, and attacked me, and I started to bite my tongue, my tongue, like someone who was dying. And I bought this my cheeks also inside, and I was bringing my tongue outside. And my brother came, they trying to put a spoon on my teeth, and they trying to take me to hospital. They took me to hospital, and I was lying there and I was dying. That day they said, that is what they tell me, that I was turning pinkish. I was turning pinkish, and I was closing my eyes like I was dying. But they continued to pray, to give me some water, talking to me, praying. They called some elders from the church that I really appreciate so much for praying for me. And now it came a time that I became worse. I became from worse to worse to worse. Therefore, the worst happened. And when it happened like this, many people lost hope in me. They really thought, because this time I became a zuzu. I became like a fool. In the house, I could stay like this. Just in one position. I could not move. I could not bathe. I could not take shower. I was staying in the house naked. I was having demonic encounters. Demons visiting me day and night. I could feel them when they are coming. I could feel the presence of the devil when it is filling me up. And the strange things that were happening to me is that I was alive, but I was dead. Why am I saying this? Because I was surviving without food. What I mean by this, I could eat, I could put food in my mouth, and the food could disappear in my mouth.
Disappear how? Because
I put it in my mouth, and it disappear. I try to chew it, and it disappears. This is something strange. I also don't know. But it's something strange that I've never experienced before.
Maybe ulimeza bila kujua.
No. I know what I'm saying. I was not feeling, I could stay even for 1 week without eating. And I was surviving, and I was feeling no hungry. I was not feeling even thirsty for 1 week and more. I was just trying to eat and see whether it is, because it is normal to eat. But the food was disappearing in my mouth.
Inadisappear na usikii njaa.
Na sisikii njaa, and it was not getting to my stomach. It was just disappearing from my mouth.
And
I used to tell my brother, you know, I'm not eating. You know, I don't feel hungry. But they don't understand. These things are strange. Even to me, it remains a mystery to me up to date. It remains a mystery. Another thing that was happening, my nails were not growing up. These nails, they were not growing up. because you can tell when your nails are growing up. My hair was
Kama
not
hizi sasa.
kama
zina
easy, you
grow.
can understand they are growing. But my feet, my hair also was not growing, and it was like twisted hair. It was not like life hair. It was not like it is life. It was like it is dead.
The devil was dealing with you.
Another thing, another demonic strange thing that happened to me is that when I sleep, my spirit is taken away. When my spirit is taken away, what I see is I see myself in the sea. I used to see myself in the sea with the strange beings, with the strange people, swimming, eating, having some meetings that I don't understand what kind of meetings. And when you're trying to wake me up when I'm sleeping, I could not feel. Even if you throw me into the sea, you took me like this. Because I have a video that I've made. Someone is putting an alarm here. Alarm is vibrating so big, but they are trying to wake me to go to work. To wake up and go to work in Europe now. But I'm dead. I'm not hearing it.
Do you have that video?
I have the video.
Okay. Atanipea.
I have the video. So they are trying to wake me up to go to work.
Yeah.
And that day also I was supposed to baptize someone that I preached to. But now I could not feel, I could not listen.
Hapo kwa ocean, ukiwa kwa ocean na other people, ukiwa kwa meeting,
yes.
Na those spirits kwa ocean. Hapo sasa ndio kulikuwa unapatana na spiritual husbands ama kulikuwa kunaendaje?
Spiritual husbands in the house. I could sometimes when I was alone in the house, I could feel like, I don't know, this kind of like you are in love with somebody, but that somebody is not into existence, and it is a demon. It is something strange. I also don't know how to explain this.
Explain. We want to.
And also, I could sometimes stay. I'm in the house alone. I stand naked, and I could feel. I could wait, like someone that was having an intercourse. I could come, like someone was having an intercourse with somebody, but I was just alone in the house. I can say because of rejection, because people left me, because everybody thought that I got initiated into devil worship, and I didn't have anyone to talk to. My neighbors, they knew this is a devil worshiper that is living near us. And even the children, when they saw me, they ran away.
Everybody alikujaji hivyo.
Yeah, people judged me that way. And also the demonic face that covered me. I was wearing a demonic face, and I say this, and this is what I say: if a devil has a wife, then I looked like devil's wife, because I was looking terribly, and it used to change. This face that you see now,
What about the two horns? Ulikuwa unakuwa na zile two horns.
No, I didn't stop with that. But I really had a strange demonic face. When you saw me, everybody was looking at me. When I was trying to go outside, everybody was looking at me, and people were pointing at me. Look, she is a devil worshiper. She got initiated into the worshiper. Maybe she wants riches and all that.
Because how you used to look.
Because how I used to look, I looked terrible. Even when I tried to cover myself for people not to look at me, they could still look at me, and they could still see there is something wrong with me. I don't know how, but I was, and the people rejected me, and I used to see myself in another world. I could be sitting with you like this, but I was feeling that I'm very far from you, in another demonic world. Even when I went outside and looked at the sky, I could see that I'm in a world of my own. And I could see you are in another world. And I used, and I remember, when people rejected me, I used to admire and say, oh my God, I desire the life that I had before, because I have grown to know Jesus, I've grown to love Jesus, and I've really grown to be passionate about God, about soul winning, and I've been a prayerful person, an intercessor. But this time, I could not pray. My prayers were taken. I could not understand prayers anymore.
Yeah.
I could not go when I go to church, I could not understand the preachings. I could not understand the Bible. And when I listen to worship songs, you know, there is when you listen to worship songs, you feel the presence of God and you feel motivated to pray. I could not feel that at all. My heart was so hard like a rock. It was hardened. And now, because I was staying alone, and when I tried to go to church, and every pastor prayed for me, and I ran to even prophets to pray for me, because I was burning here, I was suffering. And I used to tell people, I'm suffering, please pray for me, please pray for me. So I ran from one church to another. When I ran to one pastor and there is no solution, I ran to the other one. And I remember some extent the pastor started saying that she's a devil worshipper. She's being used, she's an agent of devil. She's being used to close our churches. So they drew me from their churches. Most of them prayed for me. Others said that you are a devil worshipper. The devil is using you. Others told me, Cecilia, we are not going to pray for you. Why? They told me that you got, maybe you sinned against the Holy Spirit and God is telling us not to pray for you, because you sinned against the Holy Spirit. And all this time along, I really thought maybe I sinned against God, because I did not understand how someone that was filled with the Holy Spirit is now possessed, is now having encounters with the demons. I could not understand up to date. I don't understand why. But now I went through all that, and I remember one day, because also my family believed that maybe I got initiated into the worshiper. Because I remember when my mother was telling me, tell us where you went, tell us what happened, tell us if you went to
your real mother.
My real mother. What? And I remember one day she's cursing me. There is a day she was cursing me and she was telling me, Cecilia, you're going to suffer in this life. You will suffer. You will suffer. And my brother overheard. My mother said that. And my brother came very running. And he asked him, why are you cursing Cecilia? What? And my mother is cursing me. And I'm saying this in my heart. I remember the scripture one of my pastors preached to us in lunch hour meeting is called Pastor Justus Kimeu. And he told us, a curse without a reason, it can never get at you. It will never get at you. And I was remembering this, and I was saying, my mother is cursing me, but I know this is not me, and I've never been like this. And I know this is something that is happening that I also don't understand. And this curse is not going to get at me. And now when my brother came, he told my brother, he told my mother, why are you cursing Cecilia? You know Cecilia, she's our prayer warrior. She has been our prayer warrior. She's the one that has been keeping the family together, praying for the family. Now why are you cursing her? This is not Cecilia. Kwani huyu ni Cecilia? Cecilia njakuwa hivi. Si Cecilia amekuwa hivi. Auoni si Cecilia saa hii. Auoni si yeye amebadilika. Si yeye, wacha kumlaani. Wacha kumlaani, mbariki. Akanitemea mate, but I could see that it was not coming from her heart. Sometimes I could stay with my mom and I could feel like she's praying, and when she's praying for other children that are doing well, and I could feel that she's not praying for me. Your real mom? My real mom. You know, that time, the way I looked and the way I was and the way my life was, they really thought that I could never come back the way I am right now. They really thought that I could never get well again. They had given up. They had tried all. I don't blame my family, and I'm not saying that I am against anyone in my family. They tried all their best, but whatever the devil could show them is that she will never be back again. She will never be wherever she was again. But I really thank God. And also some challenges that I have gone through when I was in that condition. I have gone through pain, some painful experiences. I remember one day my brother, they were not having a good, they had some quarrel with the wife, and it broke into a fight, and they were fighting. And I said, let me go and help them resolve. And because of this, I went, and the wife, my brother left the house, they were fighting, and my brother, when he saw that the wife they were not in good terms,
Yes.
he left the house and he drove off and he went. And I was left there because it is near my brother's place where I stay. And now, therefore, the wife came to my house because she knew my condition and how I was. She came, she beat me up because she was mad at my brother. So because she was mad at my brother, all the anger was put onto me. She came and beat me up, and she broke me everything, including my TV, my woofer, my gas, my glass table. She broke all of them down for no reason, and she beat me up. And when she beat me up, I remember when I had her coming to my house, I knew she was coming to beat me because I know how much she gets when she is angry.
Yeah.
I went to hide into one of my neighbor's house, and when I went to hide, and I was trying to pull the door and close the door, but she noticed that I am there, and she came and pushed the door. This time it was 12 in the midnight. In the midnight, ilikuwa ni usiku. And she came and she pushed the door, and she came and found me inside, and she started beating me up. And the neighbors in that plot, instead of coming to help me, they all ran outside. Instead of coming, the spirit of rejection that was upon my life, my brother.
Everybody ran away.
They ran away. They were thinking my sister-in-law is going to beat them up also. And therefore they ran for their life instead of coming to rescue me. And I was left there alone. But when I got an escape, I ran. And I left my house open. And I ran. I ran to save my life. Another also challenge, somebody else also in my family beat me up. It is my niece. My niece that I brought, that I was taking care of when she was a young girl, bathing her up and all that. But she came also, tulikuwa tumegombana na mamake kidogo. Sasa tukakasirikiana mimi na mamake. Si yeye tulikuwa tumekasirikishana na yeye. So mamake akaenda akiwa amekasirika, vile mamake alienda akiwa amekasirika, akamwambia vile nimemfanya, akamwambia vile tumegombana nini. The daughter came, now my niece, she came and also she broke my things in my house. That time when I was in that condition. I think they were doing all these things because they knew that I was not relevant. I was not okay. I was crazy. I was not good. And I was not important to them by then. And also another person that beat me up. This time I'm beaten. No one's come to tell me, Cecilia, it is well, because of the spirit of rejection that was released upon my life. And even my brother did not come to ask me, Cecilia, what happened? When did they beat you up? He did not even come to see my things. And this time, about my brother's wife, I went to report. But when I reported, I saw even if I report and she will be put to sell, my brother is the one that is going to suffer, and the kids for my brother. So I just decided to put the case off, and I just forgave it. Yeah, I just forget it. Another time that I was beaten, it was in the marketplace. I was beaten by one of my nephews, my nephew's wife, girlfriend. Actually, it is a girlfriend.
Wow.
And this time she's beating me up because we were doing business with her. And when I was okay, it is me that was employing her in my kibanda for the cereals that I was selling for the grocery. Now this time she's beating me up because when I had suppliers for onions, I went and nilimkopea kitunguu, nikamwambia wacha hiyo pesa ukilipwa chama utalipa. And therefore alikopa na jina yangu. So wakati pesa ya chama ilikuja alipolipwa, she was not willing to pay. Akaenda nazo. So she did not go with the money. So the day that she was supposed to receive the chama's money, I'm the one who was there, and I received the money. So I said, instead of waiting for her, it's like she's going to put the burden onto me. let me pay direct to the owner of the kitungu because it is a promise.
Yeah.
So I paid direct. When I paid and she met me, she asked me, where's my chamas money? And I told her I paid the kitungu because it was a debt.
Yeah.
My God, she brought me up and broke up my phone.
Wow.
The phone that I had, it is not this one. She beat me up in the marketplace.
Yeah.
That is the market, Mtopa market,
Yeah.
around Majengo. So that is my life here in Kenya. But I thank God during November last during election time, I heard about the jobs for the elections and I applied.
Okay.
That time my countenance was changing a bit because it used to happen in seasons. I could change into demonic and then I could recover for some time and then I could change again. I was looking very old, like an old woman. And therefore, when I got the job, I went and did for the elections. I was a clerk, and as I was doing it, I had there are job opportunities for the cruise ship job, and I applied online. And by the grace of God, I was called for an interview, and I went to do the interview. And this day, I'm going for the interview. There were so many people that had come to apply for the jobs. Those people that were not even invited. And I remember when I was going for the interview, we were asked how many people they have invitations for the interview. And in a line of 1,000 people, I was among the first person who was having an interview invitation. And I went to the interview, and when I was about to enter, now the people that we were having invitation, we were 5 of us, and the rest were just coming to try their luck. And I remember, because I knew that I was wearing the face of rejection, I was not ready to start the interview. I was fearing maybe I would start the interview and I would fail. And because they would also reject me. But God was in it. Even though I was thinking that God was not in it, God was in it. And I went, I remember when the guys sat to go to the interview room, I escaped and I went somewhere to make them start the interview first so that I could ask them the questions for the interview when they come out of the interview room. But when I came back, I met that they have not yet started the interview. So no, I did not escape again. So I came, I sat there, and when I was sitting being the last person for the 5 people, and this lady for the interview came. No, there is another guy by the name Philip. He came and he said, let this madam, just go back, let this madam sit here. And I was given a chair, I sat. And now the madam was conducting interview. She came also now. And she told us, okay, now you are ready to start for the interview. Are you ready? We said, yes, we are ready. And she said, now we are going to start with this lady here. Ladies first. And I was running away. You can never escape from the favor of God. It doesn't matter wherever you are. So I got into the interview room so courageously with my documents. I was dressed smartly. But in my face, I knew, oh God, I wear the face of rejection. What is going to happen? Now the interview was good. I did well. They asked me the questions. I responded. And now it was so accommodating because the work experience that I've done, I have worked in a law firm as a secretary for Angelo Wino and Company Advocates. And as I was doing the interview, the lady happens to know Angelo Wino. And she told me, oh, you have worked for Angelo Wino. Yeah, I told her, yes. How have you managed to work with Angelo Wino? I said, it is so good. He has been a good boss to me. And also, he happened to know one of the MCAs. He is called Mavula Mbele. And I told them that I was also in the Mbele initiative. And He said, oh, you know Bele, you are in the initiative. And I told them, yes. So it was so accommodating. And they told me, now you got a job. We have given you the job opportunity.
Yeah.
We are going to pay you this and this.
Yeah.
We require this and this for your documentation. And I got out of the interview. I was not believing. I was not believing whether I have passed for the interview. And I remember I received a call from the MCA, and he asked me, Cecilia, where were you 20 minutes ago? I told him I was in the interview room. He told me, do you know that you have already passed? They just called me and confirmed to me that you have already passed. And I was so happy. I told him, oh God, thank you so much. Yeah. And now I continue with the processing my documents, and now my ticket was paid, and I went to Europe.
Okay.
Now this time I'm flying to Europe. In my mind, I'm saying, I'm going to Europe. This is a dream that I had for many years, to go abroad, win souls, preach and evangelize, and also work and achieve my dreams that I have. This is a dream that I've been having, and a prayer that has been answered for 20 years that I've been praying for.
20 years?
Yes, 20 years. Wow. And it is a dream that I was fulfilled. It is something that has been declaring, saying it in prayer, writing it, writing the prophecies that I have received about it. And I'm saying, even though God rejected me, He has fulfilled one dream. Yeah. He has made me to see Europe the way I desired. And I said, even though I don't regard God for anything, I'm going to honor Him because He has fulfilled this dream. And now, as I was in the airplane, my first time to go on aeroplane, I could, in the sky, I could see the clouds, and I could tell myself, now this is where the saint will meet with Jesus. But woe unto me, because Jesus rejected me. I won't see heaven. My destination is hell. No, that was the preaching of the devil to me. And also another thing that the devil was telling me, no, because you rejected Jesus, because Jesus rejected me. No, you are going, maybe you'll die in the cruise ship, you'll go and die in the sea, and you'll be forgotten.
Hiyo sasa ni devil sasa na
you'll be forgotten and you'll not be remembered. And I said it is okay. I will die here, even my family will not bother to take care of me.
Hata ukienda Europe, wazazi wako bado hamkuwa mmetengeneza maneno bado. Your mom.
I was good in terms with them. You know.
But you see now alikukasa.
For me, I don't keep grudges. I was still in good terms with her. But to her, she doesn't know that thing hurt me. Even to date, maybe she doesn't know. No problem. No problem. She doesn't know. They don't know everything that I'm sharing.
Auone kama unaharibu sasa.
No problem. When they let them know, because they have never given a chance to talk to them, let them know through the video.
You still love her?
I still love her so much, and I can tell you that we have reconciled. There's something that I did. Okay. I will explain after
Okay.
So, and now I'm saying that I will die here, and my family even will not bother to bury me, and my name would be forgotten. Yeah. I remember when I was going through all these challenges in Facebook, I changed my name to hide myself. I did not want people to know me because of the shame that I was going through. So I removed my
Lakini hata wewe ni mbaya sisi.
Why?
Yaani bibi yangu na rafiki yako mkubwa. Na hata uweze mpigia tu mwambie, "Hey, jameni sister, mimi naumia." Umpigie tu mwambie hivyo.
Because of the rejection that I have gone through, even friends, everybody rejected me. And I could not believe anyone could not reject me.
Even us.
Because I was going through a lot with all my best friends. They betrayed me and they left me alone. So even for her, I could not even want her to know. Because when I used to look at the Facebook and I could see she's doing well, I was bitter with God. And I was telling God, I used to love God with the Dorcas. We used to pray with the Dorcas. And
now she's
doing well. She's doing well. We have been staying with her. She's doing well. But what about me? Look at my life. I was bitter with God. I even wanted to commit suicide and go and throw myself in the sea.
By the way, watu ambao wanatuwatch, yeye ndiye aliorganize meeting yangu ya kupropose kwa my wife. Yeye ndiye aliorganize. nikadanganya nimeenda sijui wapi, alafu
Nakuru.
Nakuru alafu tukakuja akanisaidia kupanga. Ni mzuri kwa kupanga event chini ya maji, chini ya maji tukaweka mtu pete. Hey, thank you.
Welcome. So I went on aeroplane thinking those things and saying that I will die, they will not forget, remember me. But God was with me all this along. Because whatever happened, you learn when I'm finishing this, you learn that God was with me. And everything that happened into my life, God allowed it. Because he says that all things was for good, for them that love God and for them that are called according to the will of God in the book of Romans. So, the first time I arrived on board in the ship, the ship is most amazing place you can be in the cruise ship. It is so much interesting. It is more than even working in an aeroplane. Working in the cruise ship, it's the most amazing thing. It has really made me to grow up. It has really made my mind to open up. It has taught me a lot of customer service, a lot of leadership qualities, and I'm really grateful to God for this opportunity.
Wow.
So, the first person I meet on board, it is a short guy, very short.
It's a short guy, very short.
A short guy. Oh my God, may God bless this guy. He's called, I'm going to mention him in honor of his name. He's called Pasquale Capasso. Thank you. If you're watching, Pasquale Capasso, if you're watching this, may God bless you. May God continue to keep you. May God continue to expand you and to increase you in Jesus' mighty name.
Amen.
So, when I went on board, he saw me. Do you know what he told me?
You don't know?
Bellissima.
Bellissima.
Bellissima. Do you know what Bellissima means? Bellissima means extremely beautiful.
Oh.
So here, he is saying that I'm beautiful. In my mind, I'm saying, why he is trying to bully at me? Because in my mind, I know that I'm carrying the face of rejection from Kenya. And I'm saying that I'm just ignoring. And I'm just leaving him. But I left him, I couldn't tell. This person is in love. He has fallen in love with me. But I was not interested in love. Because I have gone through rejection, I've gone through those nasty things, and I have no interest for them at all. And I start working. It is the first time I start working, and I meet another person by the name Mauricio. This person also falls in love with me.
Ani huko Wakenya walikukataa, lakini kule kwenye umeenda kila mtu. Everybody.
So this person also falls in love with me. One day we went on shore in Egypt. I've been to Egypt. I've been to where pharaohs used to be with his pyramids. And I've been there in the pyramid of Pharaoh. And I used to see the cart that he used to, the instrument, the bicycle that he used to ride on. And he took me around to see all those things. But that time I was not delivered. I was still in the demonic world. And I remember as I'm walking in Egypt, I'm saying, God, why are you bringing me in Egypt? You want to bring me to Egypt so that these Egyptians, demons, can also finish me. What is the yes, those are the questions.
Wale mnazamange tuzuru za jaba. Wewe, mchunge sana.
You bringing me into Egypt so that this now Egypt, the demons that attack the children of Israel in Egypt, they would kill me now. You want to kill me? And I was enjoying the tour. I was seeing those beautiful places. Because in the cruise ship, we visit the most amazing places. You visit the beautiful places in the world. We sail worldwide. And as we are walking with him, now this time I ignored Pasquale Capasso. He did not say what he wants, but I just ignored.
Yeah,
but this time I went on shore with this one, and this one is telling me, we are walking, and as we were walking, I'm seeing a Muslim. The main road is here, and the Muslim is here, and the Muslim is kneeling down. It is time for prayer. When the muadhin, wherever, and he is praying. And when I looked at him, and I had desired, and I said, oh God, I wish I'm the old Cecilia that used to pray. And I wish I'm like this. Look, the way he respects God. I wish, God, you could restore me. I could also not feel ashamed for you. I can worship you. I can pray you wherever you
anytime
put me.
I want.
Anytime. And I remember as we are walking in Israel, in Egypt, still I had that heart of God this time. Because I asked the tour guide, is there a church around? I asked him, what about churches here in Egypt? And he told me, yes, there are churches. You want to go to one? Oh my God. And he took me to church. But this church that he took me, it is a church that maybe I did not expect. He took me to Orthodox. And I feared to get inside because I knew, oh my God, this is a religion that I don't understand. I may get here and now I will get tortured more by demons because I don't understand what kind of a church is this. Oh, now, when I visited, but I did not get inside. So we went back on shore, but when we were in Egypt, we went back, we did some shopping, and we went back to the ship. Now this other guy called Capasso, he is ever trying to trace me. Capasso is trying to trace me.
The short one.
The short one. But for me, I'm seeing a short guy. I'm not looking the heart. I'm seeing a short guy. And it is very wrong for us to judge people by the way they look. And I can tell you that God does not judge you the way you look. God appreciates you the way you are because He's the one that created you in His own image. And He says that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. And this person, every time he sees me go out with Maurizio, he is so heartbroken. But he doesn't say what he really wants. So it came to a point that I also met another guy that was interested with me.
Sicily. Huko ani ilikuwa tu mtaa ya mapenzi kwako.
I don't know, I don't understand. He is called by the name Solomon. Solomon, if you are watching this, may God bless you because you really helped me a lot. And this guy, he tells me, you are beautiful, you are very beautiful. And I say, why are these people saying I'm beautiful? In my country, I've been rejected. I look demonic. Everyone is running away from me. How comes they are saying that I'm beautiful? And this one writes in a piece of service, and he tells me, please, can you be my girlfriend? And I tell him no, but we can meet and talk. So I meet with Solomon, and Solomon is a servant of God, and God is using him. And this
even
is what,
now.
And this is what he tells me. He tells me, I feel like your spirit is so weak. Your spirit is so weak. But and it wanna be so terrible for you. Demons will attack you in the cruise ship because in the cruise ship there is no worship of God. It is demonic. It is a demonic place. That is what he tells me. It is a demonic place. And I ask him, how comes? Why are you saying that in a cruise ship it is a demonic place, and this is a place. A place of God, and the God is the one that has created the sea, and we have the men of God in the cruise ship. Why are you saying this? And human beings, we are here, and God has created us. And he told me you won't understand. And I went thinking, and as he says, my spirit is weak, he tells me, he advises me, he tells me, you need to pray. And I asked him, now you are telling me about prayers. Every pastor in my country has prayed for me, no change. I don't say this to mean that my pastors that prayed for me, they did nothing. I knew that time they prayed for me, something was happening. Though I did not see it that time, but it was happening. And they were fighting battles, and I really thank God because of you, because God answered those prayers that you really prayed for me.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate you so much. And God bless you all.
Amen.
So the following day I meet with him. I come with my card. And I place it, he removed, God he has the spirit of discernment, and he removed the Bible, and he put on the Bible on the table. And this time I came, I placed my card on the table. And he told me, I want you to pray for you. And I told him, people are praying for me. I don't feel like you are doing any good. He told me, I'm going to pray for you, and I'm also going to ask my grandmother to pray for you. She's a woman of God. And I explained to him how I was powerful in my country, how I was prayerful. I explained to him a little bit of my challenges that I went through, and how I've been through challenges, how I've been praying, nothing has happened. So he told me it is okay, God is going to restore you, but it's going to take time. And he prayed for me. He laid her hands on me, and he said, may God restore you, restore your soul, mind, and your soul and body. And I remember I went to sleep. And when I went to sleep, now after 3 days, I had an encounter with Jesus in the cruise ship. So this morning, it is the morning of Good Friday, this last year, Good Friday, this year. April, I think it is 7th April, 2023. It is when I had an encounter with Jesus, 3 a.m. in the morning. Jesus appeared to me, and I started to pray again. I started to speak in tongues again.
You saw him?
I did not see him, but I felt his presence. I felt his
Ni vizuri
presence.
tukilia hapo.
Yes.
Tuaseme,
I did not saw Jesus, but I felt his presence. And when he comes down, you feel his presence, and you know that there is something, this is not normal. I started to cry as I was working at 3 a.m. I started to cry, and I asked, what is this? Am I being restored? And Jesus told me, yes, Cecilia, I'm restoring you within these 3 days. As I'm raising from the tomb, I'm also raising you up because you are dead. I'm raising you also from the tomb. I'm raising you because you are spiritually dead. And within these 3 days, I'm praying like a machine. I could sleep only for 30 minutes every day. This for 7 days. I could sleep for 30 minutes and go to work for 11 hours. And pray, I was praying like a machine. I was praying in tongues. I was in another level. The Spirit of God was moving so fast, and he was telling me, Cecilia, I want you to move so fast. I want you to pray. I want you to be in the Spirit. I'm restoring you. And I went for fasting for 3 days. I was in prayer. I was in prayer. I was in prayer. I was in prayer. And when God restored me, he gave me 3 things. He gave me 3 warnings. He told me, Cecilia, I want you to keep your body. You are the temple of the Holy Spirit. Do not gratify yourself. Because I'm going to use you to do great and mighty things that you have never seen or known. Another thing he told me, Cecilia, don't love money. Because in the cruise ship, people do a lot of immorality because they have left their wives staying. You can imagine just staying away from your family for 8 months. You don't have your wife there. So a lot of people used to do immorality, and as a girl, it is an advantage because you can earn from it. But God told me, don't love money. Money and gold and silver are mine, and I'm going to give you more behold than what you want, more than what you deserve, and more than what even you ask for. And he also gave me another warning. He told me, Cecilia, everything that I'm doing in your life, make sure that you glorify me. Make sure that you glorify me and know that it is me that has done these things. And you should be careful to give me all my glory. And you know, since I obeyed God, now there is this day I'm walking out with Maurizio. And when God saved me, the first people that I went to evangelize to, it is the people that were interested with me. Because I didn't know how to approach these 3 guys. I didn't know who else to preach to or how to start. So check it out.
Yeah.
And I evangelized to him, and he got born again. And I remember one day I'm walking outside in Greece, in Mykonos, Greece of the Bible. And the Holy Spirit told me when I was going out on shore, he told me, take the Bible. This Bible was given by Solomon. And I went out with the Bible, and I felt the Holy Spirit is telling me, preach. And I'm now telling Maurizio, I told him, Maurizio, please, take me the camera and take me video of me preaching. I have the video also if you want.
Yeah.
I told him that I'm going to preach, and I want you to take me the video and also to take me the pictures that I'm preaching. And I preached in the boat. In the boat, people did not receive Christ. But when I went on shore, I preached to 4 people. Yeah. They received Christ, all of them. There are 2 ladies from Sicilia. It's in Italy. They received Christ. There is also another one called Anna, and there is also another one called, I don't remember her name well, but she's in Greece. She's in a boutique. I preached to them, and I came back also. I remembered there is also this other guy that is interested with me. Now that is the strategy I was using. I went to preach.
Unanipenda na kuhubiria.
Yeah, na kuhubiria na kuwin soul, na kuwin to Christ. I went now to Pasquale Capasso.
Kwa hivyo ulikuwa unataka upendwe sana ndio win soul sana. Wakupende, the more anakupenda, the more na win.
That is an opportunity for me to win them to Christ. Yeah. And I went to win Pasquale Capasso, and I prayed for him.
The short one.
The short one.
The first one.
The first one. I preached to him until he became a very good disciple. And I can tell you that is because Maurizio disembarked. He disembarked and he left us. And this one became a very good, obedient disciple. Obedient such that every time I'm calling him for prayers, he is there. Every time I'm calling him that we go for, when he is after a job, after he is through with his shift, he could come within the word of God when he's on break or when he's done with working. We could pray together.
Hauoni kama anafanya hizo vitu kwa sababu anakufuatilia?
No.
Kwa sababu anaweza ona hapana. Kwa sababu sasa nimeona wewe tu. The only way ni kufuata.
No, because I have learned a lot from him, and I've seen the genuineness of him.
Okay. So hata mistari aliacha kutupa.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I prayed for him. He got born again, and I told him openly. I told also the other one. I told him that I am a temple of the Holy Ghost. Yeah. I'm not going to sleep with you. Yeah. If there is any man that loves me, it is until marriage. Yeah. And also this one, he is not my boyfriend because I don't mean that he is my friend, but he is married. He is married, he has a wife, and I told him that I cannot come between you and wife. Yeah. But can I tell you, because of obeying God, I have won 6 souls, and I have baptized 1. I have baptized Pasquale Capasso. Wow. He is a born-again Christian.
Pasquale Capasso, welcome to the kingdom of God.
He has fulfilled all righteousness. And when I'm preaching to him, this time, this phone is called Xiaomi. It is 5G. It is 256 GB. Hey. It is worthy a lot of money in Kenya. It is the latest phone in Europe. This phone, it is a soul that I won in the kingdom that bought this phone. And also I have a Bluetooth here. This one, it is a GBL. This one is what I connect to with my phone, and I listen to worship songs when Jesus restored me. These things I've not bought. They are worth a lot of money. I have not bought them.
It's very heavy.
It is the source that I've won. This year I'm wearing this one. It is gold, pure gold. And also the earrings, they are gold. The people that I preached to, they are the ones that have bought these things for me. So I'm sharing this, not a way of showing off, but it is a testimony. When you obey God, you get the reward. When Jesus told me that, don't love money, I will provide for you. That is exactly what he is doing. And I did thank God because of being on board. I have learned a lot. My mind has really grown. I have really grown to be whoever whatever that God says to be.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to winning more souls in the kingdom of God. I'm going there to work and also to win souls and to recruit more people because there are job opportunities there.
Yes, yes.
And people, they don't have this information, and I'm ready to help those people who are willing. Those who are willing, they can follow me on Facebook. I'm favored, blessed. That is what I call myself, favored, blessed. You will see me lifting up my hands as I'm in the church praying.
Yeah.
People lack information, and I'm saying this so that the soul winners, the missioners, the evangelists, the preachers, you can come on board and help me to preach as we work. We will work for them and acquire the wealth of the nations. You get a good pay. And also, when we are not working, when we are done with working, during our free time, we will win souls, we will baptize them. And now God has given me a vision for establishment of the worship of God in the cruise ship. In the cruise ship, there is no worship of God. They worship a God. There is a God in the bridge that is sent to protect the passengers and the crew members now as the staff. It is not true God. And also in the cabins, in the rooms for the crew members, I have visited some and I have seen they worship goddesses, they worship gods, they worship images and idols. And it is our time now to rise up and come and declare and tell them about our God, the God of Kenya. The God that we serve. Because this God, I've seen him in the cruise ship. I've seen him deliver me in many ways. And I'm ready to. I remember there is a day that I was attacked by demons. And this attack, I was taking shower in the bedroom. And I felt a wave that was coming to kill me. And I felt like I was dying. And I started to shout, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. And when I started to shout Jesus, within a twinkling of an eye, I found myself on the floor of the bedroom. And I was not hurt. I was okay. But the metal ring that was dividing the curtain, dividing the curtain with the toilet and the bedroom, it broke down completely. But for me, I was on the floor within a twinkling of an eye. I was on the floor. I was okay, and I was covered with the curtain.
Okay.
And I rose up, I took my towel and went and laid into the bed and became back to life. That was the angel of God that delivered me from that wave. And it has happened to me several times. It has happened to me like twice. But when I shout the name of Jesus Christ, as I stay with this one, I also connect to message of Joshua Selman, the message that is called grace called favor. And that is why when you go home, just listen to it, or you can check that message on YouTube, Grace God Favor by Joshua Selman. It will bless your life so much, and it has a lot of teachings. You will experience a lot of favor when you listen. You will really understand what favor is. And it is because of this one that my life has been so much in favor. And I really thank God because of the opportunity. So I'm here in Kenya for a short while, but I will go back to Europe. That is where I work. We are currently cruising around Venice, Split, Croatia, Brindisi, Mykonos, Greece, and Brindisi. That is where we are currently. But September we might be changing the cruise to Israel, and I can't wait to be to Israel.
Israel.
Yes.
Now that you're in Kenya, umekuja live, right?
Yes.
What about the people ambao kando sasa na your mom, kwa sababu umetuambia mulitengeneza maneno. Saizi mko in good terms.
Yes.
What about now the friends ambao walikuona kwa umeisha, wakati sasa wali notice umepanda ndege, umeenda na umerudi, walikuja ama bado walikutoroka wakisema huyu abata hatujamtambua?
What has shocked me, actually I'm not blaming anyone, because I really realized that this thing was demonic, and it is not their will to depart from me or to reject me. It was something that was covering me, and it was a season that God was taking me through that season, and it is not about them. And for now I can say that they are back. I am receiving a lot of love from friends, and there are some are telling me, Cecilia, please help us to acquire some jobs from there, and I'm willing to help them. About my family, I cannot really say that we are not in good terms, because even the things that I'm sharing here, they don't know whether those things maybe hurt me. They don't understand. Maybe they will see this one, but they will understand.
Yeah.
But now they should know this, and I really wish they know this. It was not good the way you treated me.
Yeah.
You didn't treat me right. But now when I came to Kenya,
Yeah.
when I got my salary, I sent my mom some money, and she blessed me so much.
Okay.
And she told me, Cecilia, I never knew that you would be the one, the deliverer of the family. We didn't know that you are the one that is bringing light in the family. That is a blessing already. She has blessed me, and she told me, may God bless you, may God increase you. And when I came to Kenya, I organized a dinner. I called them for dinner. I'm the last born in my family. In my family of 6 that are remaining, and I called them, all of them, to Mombasa, and I prepared a dinner. I would call them, we eat together, we prayed together. I had some pastors' friends that came for us together, and our mom blessed and all of us together.
Okay.
So I cannot say that I'm in bad terms with my family. I have nothing against my family. I forgive them, and if they are watching this, I forgive them for all that I went through, because God allowed it. If God did not allow it, I could not have gone through. But whatever that happened, I'm not blaming anyone, because God allowed it to go through, and I thank God that God allowed it to go through for me to be the far that I am, and for me to go the far that God is taking me. Yes.
Your dream ni kuget married to mzungu. I'm just asking.
Actually, yes.
Now,
Yes.
Now that your dream ni kupata mzungu usettle na kwe your husband, what if utakaa hiyo miaka yote alafu upate your husband alikuwa Mwafrika? What are you going to do?
What I know that is God honors the desires of our hearts,
Okay.
and will grant me the desires of my heart. Yes.
So we utangoja hata kama ni miaka ngapi mzungu?
God honors the desires of our hearts, and my desire is to get married soon.
Okay.
So He will honor that desire and not stay for so long without getting married.
Okay.
Yes.
Tumeona a lot of ladies or many ladies wakienda America, ama wazungu wanakuja huku like Mombasa. Wewe umeishi Mombasa, right? Tumeona wazungu wakikuja Mombasa, au wasichana wanakimbia wanaenda kule, wanakaa na huko, wanataka tu wazungu. Na wewe uko na wao tu hapo, wengine wanakupenda ukiwaombea, wanakupenda ukiwaombea. Hawani kama kuna wenye wanaomba wape hiyo chance
Wakati yao
hapa Kenya? Huoni kama kuna wenye wako pale labda wanatua na makai sisi, so nipeleke kwa wenye wanakupenda wanaokoka, mimi pia niwaombe? Are you ready to take some ladies to Europe? At least pia na wakapata chance.
What I'm really doing is that those who are willing to get the jobs, the cruise ship jobs, I'm really willing to help them out. It doesn't matter who it is. I will explain to you what you're supposed to do, the requirements, and what I could advise you is that look for passports.
Okay.
Make sure that you have a passport. If you have a dream, you should work for it. If you know that you really desire to go to Europe, make sure that you have a passport already.
Okay.
Yes.
Na sasa ukapata ladies wenye utawapeleka pale, yes. Some of them upate hawako na discipline kaa wewe, wapeleke pale siku moja, wadanganywe, then wanini upate sasa maybe ama sometimes upeleke mtu alafu upate kitu imemfanyikia. Nini unaenda kufanya by the way? Because umechukua person from here, umempeleka Europe, sawa? Umemsaidia apate job. What if something ina happen kwa that person? Nini unaenda kufanya? Nini utafanyia familia yao? Wanza kwa kublame. Auone kama uneka maybe life yako kwa hali hatari, vitu kama hizo.
I don't think, because for me to help them is that they will go through the agency. They will not go through me. For me is to give them the information that they require, and they go through the agency. Now you go as you. You don't go because Cecilia has taken you.
Cecilia ananipeleka.
Yes. For me is to help you and give you the way.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Kuna mtu pale nje tukimalizia dakika moja, maybe ana lose hope because of the things that ana go through. Na wewe umego through hell. Umekuwa na bad dreams, umekuwa na dreams za kulala na mpaka spiritual husbands nini. Nini unaweza ambia mtu kama mwenye ana lose hope in life? Pale amefika anaona ni kama sasa yeye ni heri ajue ama Mungu amtendee? Vitu mbili.
Okay, what I would advise you is that God has not left you. Sometimes that we feel that God is very far away from us, but God is not very far away from us. He's always with us, and He is always ready to embrace us when we come back. But the devil tries to preach to us and tell us that God is not with us. But I want to tell you that God is with you. Even for me, God was with me. If He wasn't with me, He could not have delivered me the cruise ship.
Yeah.
That is one thing for sure. Now you can see all the things that I went through, the things that I turned even to drunkenness, all those things that I didn't even nasty things that I cannot even mention here. It is a proof that God forgives every sin. Even if you have sinned, God is ready to embrace you back. He's ready to forgive you. And I want to tell you that there is no situation for now, because of God delivering me from this demonic world. I call Him the God of Cecilia. I no longer call Him the God of Abraham, because I've seen Him deliver me. I've seen the impossibility.
Yeah.
I was in a far land. I was in a far place. I don't know who could have delivered me. And this time God delivered me the cruise ship. I used to cry. These first days I used to cry with thanksgiving, with honor to God, because of delivering me, because I knew my destiny was hell. But it wasn't so. Those were thoughts and preachings of the enemy. So I would advise you, don't listen to the negativities of the enemy. Anything that the enemy is telling you, don't listen to it. Listen to the word of God. Because whatever God says about your life, it is whatever matters. Whatever people have done to you, don't care about them. Just know that there is something that is in you that is irritating them. And this is a time that you have to know that God is with you, and this is a time that you create a personal relationship with God. Even if you go to a place that people does not worship God, and I'm saying this to those people who are going to join me on board. I want to tell you that when you go there and there is no worship of God, just create your own personal relationship with God. Like Moses. Moses is telling God, now God, you've told me that you know me by name, and you have called me, and you are telling me to take these people to the promised land, but you have not told me who will go with me. And God is telling Moses, my presence will go with you, and I will give you rest. And Moses is telling God that I want to know you, that I may know you. This is a person that was having an intimacy with God face to face. But he's telling God that I want to know you. Look at this kind of relationship that Moses is seeking with God. This is the kind of relationship that God is seeking with us, that we may have a close personal relationship. Time is gone when you will have to wait for crusades, when you will have to wait for people to come and motivate you to pray. It is your time, it is your initiative to wake up and pray. You push until something happens. You create that atmosphere, that culture of prayer, that culture of creating a relationship with God, reading the Word of God, going to church, listening, joining the church groups, joining the youth ministry, doing the evangelism, doing the work of God. Don't wait for anyone to push you around. It is about you. It is about you. And with this one, God is going to cause a distinction between you and other people. And the favor of God, like the favor that is operating upon my life, is also going to operate in your life, and it is going to open great doors for you. Like in the cruise ship, I am the favorite girl in the cruise ship. I can say that I have a lot of favor. I have gotten favor. I have gone to places that other people have not gone. I've visited the places that people have not visited. And I really thank God, because it is the God, and it is the God of favor. That is why God gave me this name, Favored Cecilia Kagweria Kubai, because of the favor of God. Amen.
What if God atasema now, I want you to be a sister, get married? Are you going to hate him or love him?
Oh my God, I know he cannot do that, and he is not going
what
to
if
do that.
Ni swali tu.
I desire marriage. I will still tell him I desire marriage. I want to get married and be
You see, alikwambia your body is his temple. Akwambia now, because your body is my temple, please remain holy and do ministry. I'm going to bless you with everything that you want, but just remain holy.
You know what? When God says that you are holy, it doesn't mean that when you get married and you have sexual intercourse, it is sin.
Anakuambia usiget married. Nataka tu nimekuuliza tu swali, nataka utampenda ama utamreject, those two.
I will still love God. I love him with all my heart.
Na ukue sister.
That one I will not allow God to say that, because I want to get married. it is my dream to have a family.
Okay.
A family is a beautiful thing, and
Wow.
I'm looking forward to have it.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you for your time, Cecily.
Thank you.
God akubless tu sana. Nimekuwa na Cecily. Umesikia story yake. Story yake ni very touching. Kama umekuwa ukifuata, najua umebarikiwa ama umebadilisha vitu kubwa sana, vitu nyingi sana kwa maisha yako, ama imekuchange pakubwa sana. So, from here, as we sign out, I want to say thank you for watching. Thank you so much. And also make sure that you follow her on Facebook. Facebook unaitwaje?
Favored Blessed.
Mfollow kwa Facebook, mtaongea mingi, mta chat, mta nini, then atakupa connection ya job vile umesikia akisema. So, thank you for watching. I love you so much. Let's meet the next video, interview or story. I love you. Bye bye.